TV's Rob here. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First and foremost, it's free. We all like free, right? There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, making it a lot easier than the way that I go about it. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more, saving you the time, energy, and effort of having to do it yourself. It is a pain. You can make money from your podcast as well with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And if you start up a podcast using Anchor, I'll be your first guest.
Here we go now.
Welcome to it. Welcome to this week's edition of TV's Rob is Unwoke. I am your humble host, TV's Rob. And it's been another crazy week out there in the world, crazy week in the news. And I'm pretty sure that you've all heard about all of the stories going on. So I'm not even going to cover the main things that are in the news because what's the fun? What's the fun in that? But hey, this week I've got a special treat for you. Tyler Morgan, aka host of the Relentless Daring podcast and the Whiskey Pod, an avid Pathead and talk radio listener, joins me to discuss the things that were triggering him this past week, which if you want to get in on that action, you can go to anchor.fm/TV's Rob is Unwoke, and you can either leave a message or you can hit me up on Twitter at TV's Rob Official and let me know, hey, I want to come on the show and I want to bitch about stuff because that's what I'm doing around here. I'm going to complain about stuff and I want to give you the opportunity to make it more interactive, okay? So join me for that. So before I bring Tyler in today, I want to talk a little bit about NFTs. What in the hell is an NFT or non-fungible token? I've been seeing all of these stories in the news lately about NFTs. Everybody's selling NFTs. What the hell is an NFT? I've been trying to figure this out. I can't. For the life of me, I cannot figure it out. Let me share a couple of the stories out there this week that I've seen about NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Emily Ratajkowski, I think that's how you say her name. Either way, model. She sold an NFT for $140,000 through Christie's auctions. Now, what do you get for your $140,000 investment? Well, technically, they didn't buy anything physical to hang on the wall. So this picture of her from a Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition with just a bikini top painted on her, you get a picture of a picture, a digital token of this picture. You get the digital ownership of the picture of her standing in front of an image of her that an artist co-opted for his own series, but you don't actually get anything to hold on to. That's the part where I'm really lost with all of this NFT stuff. But back to Emily. In a 2020 essay for The Cut, she said that she was paid a measly $150 for that image, the one of her from Sports Illustrated, which was part of that shoot. The artist, Richard Prince, co-opted the image for his show, and the model bought it back for more than $80,000. Now, the buyer of the NFT that paid $140,000 will supposedly be helping her reclaim her image after having it wrested from her for another's profit, as Christie's Auctions essay says. Works of unnamed muses sell for millions of dollars and build careers of traditionally male artists, while the subjects of these works receive nothing, Emily wrote on Instagram. Of course, we had to make it about sexism and misogyny. NFTs carry the potential to allow women ongoing control over their image and the ability to receive rightful compensation for its usage and distribution. So what are we doing with this here? Now, she owns the image, as the image is not part of the medium. The work itself is the token alone, and the buyer will receive a token to the work. So you get a token of the picture of her standing in front of a picture that was taken from Sports Illustrated. What? I don't get it. I really don't. Can somebody explain NFTs to me? Please. Anybody. Just explain to me what they are, what and why should I care, and why is this becoming a trend and a thing in 2021? Now, that's not the only NFT related story I've got this week. Another model / actress, Cara Delevingne, however you pronounce her name. Why do these people have to have weird last names, hard to pronounce last names? Why not just Cara Smith or whatever? I mean, I know my last name is kind of hard, but damn, it's not this hard. So anyway, back to Cara. She is now taking ownership of her body by launching an NFT centered around her vagina. That's right. Her vagina. The 28-year-old model collaborated on a film with artist Chemical X, in which she is seen speaking about her vagina while naked. And here's what she has to say about her vagina.
My first word was mine. To me, that means something that is most mine. My vagina.
Wow. Just wow. So deep. So prophetic. So wise. I think I'm going to launch my own NFT. And it's going to be an NFT of my junk. And I think I'm going to film a video of me standing naked saying, my first word was mine. To me, that means something that is most mine. My junk. I own it. It's mine. And no one else's. I choose what I do with it. And no one can take that away from me. Now, that auction is supposed to be going on. I guess if you want digital bragging rights to Cara's vagina, you better start bidding now. But I hope you invest in Ethereum, because apparently that's how you pay for it. So cryptocurrency paying for digital art and digital tokens of things that you can't even hold. Now it makes total sense. I don't know why this was so confusing to me before. Wave of the future, man. Wave of the future. And our final NFT story of the week comes from nudist model Marissa Pepin. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. I don't think I have. But hey, she's offering up her vagina, calling it the flower of life, saying it is a vulnerable, empowering, and important work of distinction. In a world of fungibility, where everything is exchangeable and interchangeable, the flower of life is truly non-fungible. There is only one of its kind, both as a work of art and its subject matter. Singular, unique, and magnificent. It's the first ever NFT of a vagina. Apparently she beat Cara to the punch. This is a historic and powerful statement on multiple levels. Firstly, the NFT movement is signaling a monumental change on how art is valued and sold. It's also bringing up questions on the notion of ownership and access. In an era where artists and content creators often create work for nothing, only to have corporate platforms like Facebook, Instagram, etc. capitalize off their work, NFTs and the blockchain offer an alternative for artists to circumvent these platforms and engage directly with those who wish to support them. Secondly, the image of a vagina is pretty much non-existent in the art world. Bullshit. It's often seen as too taboo, rather than the powerful muse that she is. How could something so exquisite and lovely be deemed too shameful to inspire great works of art? NFT is the wave, the changing art world, the undercurrent. It is our hope that Flower of Life can infuse this wave with depth, meaning, and purpose, so its potency gets heightened. It could actually transform the current. That's from the listing on foundation.app for Flower of Life. Now, that's not the only NFT that Marissa is offering up. Oh, no. She's offering up a second one of her nipple. Just one. I don't know if it's the left or the right, but apparently she's offering up a nipple too. So if you want these tokens, if you want these NFTs, if you want a piece of Emily or a piece of Kara's vagina or a piece of Marissa's vagina and nipple, get on it, folks. And be looking out in the future for my NFT of my junk. Let's bring Tyler in. I can't do any more of this. All right, so you wanted to talk about one thing in particular. Now, obviously, this is your trigger. This is the triggering thing for you today. Am I right?
Quite possibly.
Quite possibly. All right, so let's see. So in the past week, we've been subjected to 2 ads by CIA. I don't know what happened to the word "the," but hey, CIA. Featuring a Latina.
Wait, is it CIA or is it CIA?
Yeah, the CIA.
CIA.
Let's see. They featured a Latina mother who can change
A single Latina mom who can analyze intelligence while changing a diaper at the same time. It's
oh my god! You can
miracle.
multitask. Who'd have thunk?
Congratulations.
I mean, obviously, Latinos and Latinas and Latin X's can't multitask for shit. So,
and here's the dumb thing. You say Latinx. There has been lots of polling on this phrase, Latinx.
and how retarded it is?
Approximately 99.9999999% of Latino people hate Latinx.
I think most of them don't even know
The
what
only
it
people
is.
who ever use, I'm pretty sure you find the average Hispanic person say, "Excuse me, are you a Latinx?" Latinx, it has Latinx. Oh damn it! I'm gonna get canceled because I did bad Hispanic impersonation.
That's the reason. The name of the show is Unwoke, so it all flies. So. I mean, figured that was kind of clever, but at the same time, it told people, if you're a pussy, stay the fuck away from this.
Oh my god! And then the next thing that came out with this whole series of Army recruitment ads.
Well, hold on, we didn't talk about the gay librarian with CIA.
With CIA.
We got to mention him. So they have this whole advertising campaign going on where they're obviously trying to recruit the people with the wrong stuff, which explains how my brother-in-law was able to get a job at the CIA. Or I'm sorry, CIA. Other than the fact that his grandfather and his father both worked for him. And they talk about the Latina mother, the gay librarian. They need to put him in their next ad because he's on the scale. He's on that autism scale with Asperger's and stuff. And yet we're supposed to trust our national security to these fucktards. Sorry.
Here's my thing. And I understand they want to make ads that say, look, we are inclusive. We have amazing people of all different backgrounds who work for us.
That's why we have anti-discrimination employment laws.
Exactly. But but here's the thing that the first time I heard the mother with the generalized anxiety disorder talking about her, the first thing I thought of was I'm saying is to go, all right, so CIA is now advertising to foreign intelligence services.
This is what we're hiring.
The key triggers of what they can use to turn people to spy on the United States. Are you fucking mad?
Well, I mean, that's your biggest issue with it? My biggest issue was, you mean to tell me you are spending my tax dollars on this bullshit? I want my money back.
Absolutely.
Give me my money.
I'm sure they'll print more and hand it right to you.
With you being former military, there's a new set of ads and a whole series of animated cartoons. Now, before I get into it, how many of them have you watched? Or have you just watched the one?
I've just seen the one.
Okay. All right. I was curious if anybody would actually take the time to go watch the rest of them. You couldn't pay me enough. Sorry. No, none of my employers could pay me enough to go through the entire series. The Army has this new ad campaign featuring
the pogue-ass daughter of two lesbians who her whole job in the Army is to literally push a button. She does not control. All right, so she is a Patriot missile defense system operator.
Give us a little bit of your military background here, just so you sound like speaking from an expert's, viewpoint rather than just some random asshole.
All right, so you may hear me refer to, say, a National Guardsman as a weekend warrior. That's because they drill 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. I did that for 8.5 years, followed by 7.5 years of active duty as an infantryman. Now, there's two jobs in the military, and this goes for Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, those guys over there who call themselves Coast Guard. It's two jobs. There's infantry and there's support. Everybody who is not infantry is support. I'm a fighter pilot. You're support because you don't win wars by flying over the battlefield. You win wars by having boots on the ground. That's where the infantry comes in. I'm very proud of the 7.5 years of infantry time I had. So when I see this commercial of this girl who went to college and she joined the military with her degree as a specialist, as an E4. She jumped 3 pay grades when she came in, and then she's been promoted. Well, I say promoted. She's been laterally promoted. She's the same pay grade, just a different rank. She went from specialist to corporal. Congratulations. You've been in long enough to go to a promotion board, and now they consider you good enough to be a leader. And so they made you a hard stripe specialist, and your entire job is, there's missiles in the air, push button. And Patriot missiles are flying away to intercept the missiles.
Seriously.
Your whole job is to push a damn button.
Wait a second. I do that every day. So what the... So am I a hero now?
Yes!
Oh. Where's my fucking military parade then?
I had to go to Afghanistan and literally get shot at. That was my job. Get shot at and kill the sons of bitches shooting at me. And then, holding up on my camera, this is my German Schützenschneier in silver. This is a second class qualification badge for the German military. I had 0 training. And so the German assault rifle? Okay, pop, pop, pop. Oh, cool. You qualified gold. Oh, German pistol? Okay, pop, pop, pop. Oh, you qualified gold. German machine gun. Hey, you qualified silver. Do you want to do it again? No, it's cold as hell because it's Afghanistan and it's snowing and I don't have cold weather gear. Just give me my silver. I'm good.
Well, you know where you went wrong.
I was in Afghanistan.
You weren't a kid with 2 lesbian moms.
Ah, damn it. I always screw something up.
I completely understand where you're coming from in terms of your frustrations. I do not have any military experience, no military background whatsoever. I got out of high school, went into college, and then I was immediately in the broadcasting game.
What? Wait. What's this college thing? I've never heard of this.
Well, by college, I mean like community college. And that was it.
That's where you pay someone for education after the free public education.
Oh yeah, but see, since I grew up poor, the government still paid for my college through Pell Grants. So
You son of a bitch.
I know. This is your U.S. tax dollars being put to good use, ladies and gentlemen. That's right.
Hey, if I wanted to use my GI Bill and go to college and only, as long as it was under, what, $750 a credit hour?
Yeah, which, I mean, good luck.
Which really, there's no college that charges less than $750 per credit hour?
Well, community colleges.
Yeah, I gotta go to JUCO. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean that is exactly what I did. It was I think for the entire semester, full time, 15 hours was $2,500, and that was with books and shit. And
yeah,
I just took the basics and some journalism, broadcasting, and music classes, and I just got myself a 2-year associate's degree. Nothing fucking special at all. Nothing special.
Yeah. I'm really not too concerned because right now, my lovely wife of 18 glorious years.
How many?
Is working 18.
How many?
18.
Thank you.
18 glorious years is currently working on her master's degree in special education. So I don't want to really think about how much money and debt we are incurring by this venture. But it is what it is. But going back to this commercial, where it's nothing but, well, my mom's, congratulations, you had 2 moms.
Like one of them got into an accident and was like left paralyzed, and through the pride of their family, she was able to walk for their wedding day. But the question I had in regards to this commercial, and it's not something that's addressed at all, is one of them your birth mother? Are you adopted by this lesbian couple? Were you inseminated? Was the mother that gave birth to you inseminated, or did she get a good hard dicking? Okay? Which one is it? These are the facts I need to know.
Unfortunately, they don't go back into that much of her background.
Well, why the fuck not? I mean, if we're going to learn that she graduated like top of her class in high school, which I honestly doubt.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, and then got the full ride to college. So I'm like, okay, your moms are either rich, you have a father out there who is paying child support for your ass, because he gave your mother a good hard dicking to make you, or you really did graduate top of your class and you got the free ride to college on an academic scholarship. Which, if you did that, why the fuck are you taking whatever you did in college and you're applying it to the military? All because you felt like, I had all of these friends in my sorority who were going off on these wonderful adventures. What, were you stuck? Were you going to be stuck at home otherwise? Did you major in women's studies and you realized you had no future, so that's why you got into the military? What the fuck are you doing with yourself?
Okay, first point. I've never met anyone in the military who joined because they felt shamed into joining because of what all the other cool shit other people were doing. I've met people who, my family has a long history of military service. I lived in a crappy area and it was the only way out because we couldn't afford college. This is how I can get into college and I can serve my country. I love my country. I don't give a shit about anything else. I just want to serve my country. I've even met someone who was illegally enlisted because he was told by a judge, go to war or go to jail. He is involved in gang activity, and literally the judge said, you go see a recruiter and come back and show me an enlistment contract and I will expunge everything from your record.
Nice. I'd take that deal too.
He was one of the greatest squad leaders I've ever had. I still hold one of his rule number 1. I keep it close to my heart every day. The Jeremy Chambers rule number 1, don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. All right.
So all these reasons that people serve the military, not one of them has ever been, well, everyone else that I went to college with was a fucking awesome that I just need to make my own mark on this planet. Oh my God. I'm sorry. You're not serving because you want to. You're serving because you are self-serving. You want to have story. Congratulations. You are worthless to me as a soldier. Number 2.
And you're pushing buttons. Okay. You're not even fighting. Okay. You're not doing, okay. You got through basic training.
Yeah. And you,
I could have done that at 22, 23 years old. Okay. I mean, that's not saying much.
Yeah. I mean, I went through basic training, and then when I was in the National Guard, I was a mechanic. I had to go to an 8-week crash course and being a heavy equipment mechanic. And I had to put up with Marines at the same time because they were in the same damn course as me. Stupid Marines over there acting all cool. Uncle Sam's misguided children, they live up to it.
Now it sounds like you joined up because you were jealous of the Marines.
Fuck the Marines. I hope they all choke on a box of crayons.
You know, the branch of the military I would actually join and would really actually want to is the Space Force.
I would do that too if they would take me.
That's right up my alley.
And guess what?
Nerdy shit. I'm there.
Lots of button pushing,
which I am great at.
The last point, which is something that I think addresses more of your question. Who, baby daddy?
Yeah.
I think her mom was Randall from Quirks. The one man, who has caused more women to convert to lesbianism than any other man in the world. You have to go to the Quirks cartoon to catch that reference. It's a very deep reference.
But I love Randall. He's like my spirit animal. So I'm like, oh, well,
come on now. The job wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the customers. I'm just saying.
I mean, come on. In Clerks 2, his breakdown of the Lord of the Rings trilogy was spot fucking on.
Just 2 dudes walking for 3 movies. At the end of the 3rd one, throws the ring and then shrugs. Yeah. Absolutely.
Even the trees fucking talked in those movies.
Oh my!
Look, and there's only one return, and it's not of the king.
It's of the Jedi. Oh my gosh! I haven't seen Quirks 2 in forever. I have the DVD hidden in my dresser drawer because I don't want my kids to find it and lose it. Welcome to Life with Children. The things that you love most just magically disappear. Movies,
well, of course,
guns. Money, it all just goes away. I don't know where. Don't ask about the guns. It's a long, weird story that I'm not about to get into because, PTSD, it hurts.
Hey, I'm taking it back. Kinky Kelly and this sexy stud.
Hey,
get ready for some hardcore bestiality. Interspecies erotica, fucko.
Oh, people are going to be listening to this episode going, what the fuck did we stumble into?
Fun?
It went from bashing some chick in the military to quoting Quirks 2, which 90% of people have not seen.
You brought Randall into this.
I did bring Randall into it.
Look, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
I can find. Is this really shoe polishing here?
And I love that bit went on in every single fucking movie. Even in now you've just set me down the rabbit hole.
My job here is complete.
The Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Have you seen that?
Unfortunately, I have not, and I really, really want to. Yes, you can spoil it for me. I don't give a damn.
Well, I mean, you have seen Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, right?
Of course.
Okay, well then you've already seen it. Just imagine older.
Just older Jay and Silent Bob pissed that chicks are playing Blunt Man and what's his nuts? Chronic, yeah.
Yeah, but they took away Chronic's dick.
Those sons of bitches.
They took away Blunt Man's dick. Sorry.
But did they still get freaking Luke Skywalker to play Cockknocker? That's the only question.
Spoilers. No, who was it? I think he had like a brief moment in there, but he was not as like Cockknocker though. I mean, but hey, Chris Hemsworth shows up.
Great. Now my daughter's going to want to watch it because it has Thor.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
And it's got Shannon Elizabeth and Rosario Dawson. But of course, Rosario's not playing who she did in Clerks 2. Shannon Elizabeth is still Justice, and Justice decided to go for the muff. You know what? She probably gave birth to the kid who was in that ad.
So she's Jay's daughter? Son of a bitch, we figured this out. We figured it out. That explains how freaking stupid she is, because she's Jay's freaking daughter.
It's a circle.
We did Saki and we circled back.
We just circled back to the original point that you were wanting to make. You're welcome. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't have any until...
Only in my fucked up brain can that happen.
I spend 10 hours a day sitting inside of a yard truck. You don't want to know the things that go through my brain. It's a scary place in there. I spend the first, let's see, 2, 5, first 7 hours of my day is spent listening to talk radio. Then I listen to podcasts for the rest of the day. A lot of it's political. There's a lot of hate and vitriol that builds up with me. So in my podcast, I really don't do a lot of serious analysis because, honestly, it's catharsis. It's ranting about the stupid, dumb bullshit that drives me crazy all week. So, yeah, I can see that. I can see where you, who works in broadcast and podcasting, yeah, our brains are somewhere close. Cheers.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you got the podcast plug out there real quick. So, I mean, why don't you tell people the name of your podcast and where they can find it, and tell them about your side project as well.
Well, there's my podcast, The Whiskey Pod. Oh, wait, that's side project first. Son of a bitch. That's what I get for drinking whiskey while doing my show.
You know.
Yeah, you know. My podcast is Relentless Daring. You can find it live on relentlessdaring.com on Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Central Time. Usually it's me ranting and wondering why none of my crap works. You would think I am a broadcast professional after 2 years of doing this garbage.
There are people who record podcasts on their phones, okay? There are people that produce, record, and edit podcasts on their phones. So...
And they probably have more downloads than me.
I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but it's possible. But, I mean, if you're worried about your stuff not working...
sarcasm.
If you're worried about your stuff not working, think about it. There are people using their phones.
Yeah, I'm doing a live cast. That's the big problem.
Yeah, that's hard.
But if you don't want to stay up till 11 o'clock Eastern time to listen to me rant and rage, you can always listen to it on demand whenever you want on Apple, Spotify, Google, all the major podcast places, including iHeartRadio and Pandora.
I don't think 11 o'clock Eastern on a Saturday is, a time where people would want to go to bed. I think most people are thinking, it's Saturday night. The last thing I'm going to do is listen to the rantings and ravings of a madman.
It could be.
But I could be wrong.
There's still a few people who show up. They want to listen live, and they give me crap in the live chat. So if you're on podbean.com listening to it live, there is a chat room. And you can do like certain other listeners, Pretty Princess Steve, I'm looking at you right now, drilling holes through your forehead because you are the master of derailing my train of thought. Son of a bitch. You can get on there, you can try to derail the train of thought, or you can listen, like I said, you can listen to it live wherever you want, such as relentlessdaring.com. You can stream all the back episodes there. Then there's a side project, which I haven't worked on in a while. It's called The Whiskey.
Before you go on that one, let me ask you a quick question about your live stream.
Yes.
You said it's available through through Podbean and your website. Now, is it just audio or is there video as well? Or is it?
It is.
I'm curious because
it is just audio.
Oh, come on, you pussy!
I see you. I will make the 10-hour trip to Dallas to fuck with you up.
Bring it.
I know you just. I know you just had your knee fixed.
Same thing I say to Jules. Bring it.
But as a,
I keep telling you, bring your ass down to Texas. We'll race the Stangs. It's all good.
I don't have a Stang. I just have a Jeep Wrangler. I will just crawl through all the muck and mire to get to you. You cannot hide.
All right. So tell us about the Whiskey Pod.
The Whiskey Pod. That's why I really need to take a break from ranting and raving about politics, and I want to get into one of my favorite subjects, which, if you can see behind me, like Rob can, there's a shelf of whiskey. Most of it's bourbon, but there's some Jameson Irish whiskey. There's a little Crown Vanilla. I don't serve whiskey, that's liqueur, but, it's great in cream soda, root beer, things like that. And a wee bottle of scotch.
Oh, there you go.
And a little bit of rye.
I'm seeing a dead soldier there on the far end there, and is that Knob Creek? That
is Knob Creek. I think it's dead soldier.
I think Joe Boo needs a refill on some of these.
Yeah, it's Knob Creek Single Barrel Reserve, 120 proof. One of my favorites. Don't worry, I'll replace you soon, my friend. Replace you soon. And I do have one that if you're ever vacationing and going through Lebanon, Missouri, please check out T's Redneck Steakhouse, because it's the only place where you can get this wonderful bottle of Acres Select Single Barrel Bourbon.
If I tell them you sent me, do I get a discount? Do you get any extra money?
I get absolutely nothing. You get absolutely nothing except a very tasty bourbon that is made. It's made like they literally have the distillery in the restaurant. Awesome. They distill it there. They age it there. 100% legal. There's nothing criminal going on here. I promise. Hey, you ATF, go away. I'm not doing anything illegal.
No. It's the AFT.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Joe renamed it. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny. I noticed that he's gone from virtue signaling, "Hey, wear your mask," everywhere he goes, except when he's posing with the midget Carters. Now he's not.
Well, I mean, they've all been vaccinated.
Yeah,
and because they're midgets, even with them kneeling next to their chairs, the virus that they may be carrying
goes over the head.
It goes right over their head. Right over the head.
But then they put the mask back on when they're outside walking because it's back. The virus is back up at that level. But I noticed that they're not wearing masks when they're outside.
That's because the CDC has just said, "Oh, you've been vaccinated. You don't need to wear a mask." And now they're actually trying to signal, "See, we're vaccinated."
They said that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but now they're finally wanting to signal it. And even then, so there's been two studies that have come out recently that I'm amazed they're not getting more traction. But I know why they're not, because it goes against narratives. And that is study number one, is that the coronavirus is airborne, meaning that it doesn't have to ride on droplets to be spread. Like, say, I don't know, the flu. We saw with all the coronavirus bullshit, the flu pretty much disappeared last year. We had no flu season because everyone was wearing masks. The flu travels on droplets. Gets caught in the mask, and then you die of your own weird bacteria strains growing in your mask that you never wash.
Ooh, that could be scary for some people, Jeffy.
Well, Jeffy's immune to most everything because he is the typhoid Mary of Gonosypha herpes.
That's true. That is true.
But then we see all these states and cities with 97, 98, 96% mask compliance, where the coronavirus spiked still with everyone wearing a damn mask. It's because the mask doesn't stop airborne viruses. They just go right through the mesh. And it's been scientifically proven, and people are still freaking out over the damn mask. The mask doesn't do shit.
I'm going to pose this to you. You may want to have a drink handy and not your Coke. Yeah, there you go. You may want to take a swig of it after this. Or before. That's good too.
Jameson's good all the time.
Jill Biden and Jennifer Garner met up earlier today. And the first lady, Jill Biden, who everybody apparently loves. I'm sorry. Dr. Jill. Sorry, please don't kill me. I'm a doctor too, bitch. Shut up.
Doctor of the Humanities.
The doctor of metaphysics, actually. And a twice ordained minister.
Ooh, fancy.
She quipped, "We feel naked," about going maskless, adding after a pause, "I didn't mean it that way."
Hold on, I have to walk across the room to the trash can, and I'm about to puke.
Who?
Because that's a horrible thought.
At that little gathering. Who actually had the thought? Jill Biden naked. Yeah. Get down to some business.
But Jennifer Garner feeling naked in that way, I can live with this.
That's fine. That's more than fine. But of course.
But then I can ruin it for you because it's been tapped by Ben Affleck.
Well, I mean, who in Hollywood hasn't?
I mean, he does like to put it in uncomfortable places.
You mean like the backseat of Volkswagen?
VW?
Yeah.
And we're back in this universe, son of a bitch.
Yes, but this time we switched it up. We went to Mallrats.
To Mallrats.
Completely different film. Say, would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel?
Oh,
but
man.
Honestly, who...
Merle never felt so awful as after eating that chocolate-covered pretzel.
Now, who among us had the thought of Jill Biden naked? Yeah, that's something I want to see.
Yeah,
I bet you I can name one guy who would have that thought. But
I'll give you a hint. His last name is Acosta.
Okay, then two. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of TV's Rob is Unwoke. A special thanks to Tyler Morgan, host of the Relentless Daring podcast and the Whiskey Pod. You can follow him on Twitter at Daring Podcast. If you want to get in on the action and make your mark on the show, go to anchor.fm/TV's Rob is Unwoke and leave a voice message. I'll play a selection of messages in future episodes. Or if you want to come on the show and talk about something that's really pissing you off, send me a message on Twitter at TV's Rob Official. We'll discuss whatever is on your mind. Whatever. Nothing is off limits. Nothing is off the table. I promise. Special thanks to my wife and producer, Nikki. You can follow her on Twitter at DFW Radio Girly. That's Girly spelled Girlie. You should really follow her. Think about it. She has to put up with me on a daily basis. So maybe you can make her laugh. Also, thank you to Ryoga the cat, wherever he is. Sometimes he makes an appearance on the show. Today, he's just banging around the microphone, and I think he's sleeping. So, excellent time to record. Anyways, that's going to do it. We'll see you next week.